Are you tired of being just another face in the crowd, watching opportunities slip away? What if I told you there are hidden dynamics in human connection that, once understood, can shift the balance of power, making you not just desirable, but truly irresistible? This isn't about manipulation. It's about mastering the subtle language of attraction, allowing your authentic charm to shine so brightly that women naturally gravitate towards you. Forget chasing. It's time to become the one being pursued. Here are 11 irresistible secrets that can make women chase you. 1. Master your body. Language with confident engagement. Body language is a powerful, often subconscious form of nonverbal communication, expressed through gestures, expressions, posture, and actions. While it often appears as a natural reflex, it can also be consciously utilized to enhance communication effectiveness. For those who are exceptionally intelligent, body language serves as a conduit for emotional intelligence, self-assurance, and a deep understanding of others. They don't employ gestures or expressions haphazardly. Instead, every movement carries profound meaning and aligns perfectly with the situation. From their gaze and smile to their stance, seating, and even silence, everything exudes refinement and communicative finesse. Confident posture. A confident posture subtly reflects a keen intellect and superior presence. It's a potent communication tool used to convey emotional control, self-mastery, and exceptional capability. Imagine a top job candidate entering an interview room with a calm and self-assured demeanor. They sit with a straight back, open shoulders, hands neatly placed on the table, and maintain friendly, confident eye contact with the interviewer. Each answer is subtly punctuated by gentle hand gestures, just enough to highlight their ideas, without overshadowing their professionalism. This confident posture not only distinguishes them from other candidates, but also creates a strong impression of competence, resolve, and readiness to work. Intelligent individuals also adapt their posture to suit various situations, demonstrating their keen awareness and flexibility in communication. In negotiations, for instance, they might lean slightly forward to show intense focus, while maintaining a firm gaze to convey sincerity and determination. In situations requiring softness and friendliness, they relax their facial muscles and smile more, creating a comfortable atmosphere for the other person. This adaptability helps them win over others effortlessly and solidifies their position in any conversation or relationship. Engaging eye contact. Intelligent individuals are adept at using their eyes to convey messages with remarkable subtlety. In persuasive situations, their gaze is strong and confident, adding weight to their opinions and applying necessary pressure to the listener. Conversely, in contexts requiring empathy and understanding, their gentle and patient eyes comfort and encourage others to open up. This flexible adaptation highlights their high emotional intelligence and master communication skills. Beyond conveying their own messages, eye contact is a tool they use to read and grasp the emotions of the person they're interacting with. They pay close attention to even the slightest changes in another's gaze, using these subtle cues to understand unspoken feelings and respond skillfully, making the other person feel understood and respected. For example, during debates, they skillfully observe when to maintain a firm gaze to assert their viewpoint, and when to soften their eyes to de-escalate. Confrontation, opening pathways for understanding and collaboration. Ultimately, direct eye contact showcases their confidence and assurance. They aren't afraid to look others directly in the eye, because their gaze carries clear, transparent, and sincere messages. Purposeful hand gestures. When presenting ideas or engaging in discussions, hand gestures play a crucial role in directing attention, emphasizing key points, and maintaining connection with the audience. These gestures are not mere illustrations. They create a natural rhythm that makes speech flow more smoothly and coherently. They intuitively know how to adjust their hand movements to fit the context, For instance, when emphasizing a point, their hands move strongly and decisively. When explaining something, their hands move fluidly and softly, creating a sense of closeness and engagement. Comfort with silence. In communication, silence isn't always a sign of passivity or awkwardness. For intelligent individuals, it's a necessary pause in any conversation, a moment for them to listen, observe, reflect, and comprehensively assess the situation. Instead of rushing to reply or interrupting others, they are willing to embrace and utilize silence to maintain composure and engage in deep thought. Their body language during these silent moments is typically calm and natural. Their eyes don't evade. They maintain full attention and focus on the other person's story, sending a clear message of serious listening and engagement. They don't rush to fill conversational gaps with words, understanding that, in certain situations, silence itself can be the most meaningful response. This comfort with silence also reflects their emotional control and communicative subtlety. They recognize that not every conversation requires continuous interjections. A well-timed moment of silence can de-escalate tension, allowing both parties to consider, process, or reflect on what has just been said. They use silence to control the conversation's pace, creating balance and empathy without feeling forced or unnatural. Point 2. Cultivate intellectual depth and sharp observation. True attraction often stems from a profound mind. Those with superior intellect demonstrate their depth not just in what they know, but in how they perceive the world and engage with information. High concentration, the ability to maintain intense focus for extended periods, is a clear testament to profound intelligence and self-mastery. When they achieve this state of maximum concentration, their body language and mind merge to create a powerful and captivating presence. Their sharp and steady eyes seem to never leave the central subject or problem, constantly observing, analyzing, and processing information. Their hand movements, instead of being random, are subtly restrained or purposefully executed, indicating a refined control over their behavior and thought processes. Simultaneously, their standing or sitting posture while concentrating is remarkably upright and serious, exuding confidence, dignity, and mastery in all situations. They consistently train themselves to self-isolate from distractions, their clear minds seemingly immune to external disruptions. Sharp observation skills. Highly intelligent individuals don't just see the surface of things and phenomena. They also crave to decipher the hidden meanings behind minute details. Their body language during focused observation is characterized by sharp eyes that move flexibly and pinpoint specific areas of focus. They are acutely sensitive to the subtlest signals from their surroundings. Sometimes a slight tilt of the head, a fleeting frown, or a vague smile from the person opposite them is enough for them to grasp details others might easily miss. This keen perception helps them read others' psychology, demonstrate empathy and understanding for unspoken concerns, and respond skillfully, making the other person feel deeply understood and respected. Moreover, sharp observation skills enable intelligent individuals to identify and predict potential problems or risks, allowing them to find solutions before these issues become major obstacles. They consistently look beyond what is immediately present, connecting seemingly disparate pieces of information to form a comprehensive picture. This not only keeps them from being mere observers, but also positions them to become individuals who can guide and lead groups effectively. Cultivate knowledge. Beyond innate abilities, continuously seeking and acquiring knowledge is paramount. An individual who is intelligent and well-informed from daily reading of books and newspapers will naturally impress others. This intellectual depth provides rich material for engaging conversations and demonstrates a curious, thoughtful mind, making you a fascinating person to be around. 3. Be a conversational maestro. Listen, engage, empower. Effective communication is the bedrock of attraction. transforming superficial interactions into meaningful connections. The art of conversation, particularly small talk, is not a trivial skill but a vital foundation for building deeper relationships. Proactive engagement. Don't wait for others to approach you. Take the initiative. Whether at a social gathering or a professional event, choose someone you'd like to talk to. It's often easier to start a one-on-one conversation than to jump into a group discussion. So look for an approachable person, someone making eye contact, not engrossed in another activity or standing alone. These individuals are often relieved when someone initiates contact. Be the first to smile and greet, extending a genuine welcome. This simple act sets the stage for establishing rapport. Active listening. A successful conversation is a two-way street, requiring both speaking and critically active listening. People have a much higher listening capacity than speaking speed, meaning they have ample mental space to process what you say. Therefore, show genuine interest and engagement, not just verbally, but through your body language. Lean forward, maintain eye contact, adopt an open posture, and nod and smile in agreement. Offer verbal affirmations like, "Tell me more," "What happened next?" or "That must have been difficult," to show you're actively processing their words. This not only encourages them to continue, but also signals your genuine interest and presence. Active listening can even diffuse tension or anger, as people tend to calm down when they feel truly heard. Remember, being present and attentive in a conversation is a basic courtesy, a fundamental rule of engagement. Empower others to speak. Most people enjoy talking about themselves, given the opportunity. Leverage this by asking open-ended questions that invite detailed responses rather than simple yes or no answers. For instance, instead of "Are you married?" ask, "What are your plans for the weekend?" Or, "What's the most interesting thing you've been working on lately?" This allows the other person to control the depth of their sharing and encourage a more flowing dialogue. Compliments and shared experiences. Genuine compliments create an immediate connection, making both parties feel comfortable and strengthening the relationship. Whether praising their outfit, a professional achievement, or a positive trait, ensure your praise is sincere. For example, telling someone, "I truly admire how you always find the positive side of things. It's an honor to work with you," can instantly uplift them and deepen your connection. Furthermore, be willing to share interesting and challenging moments from your own life. You don't need to have a glamorous life. Even ordinary experiences, when framed authentically, can become captivating stories. Sharing these personal anecdotes allows others to connect with you on a deeper, more human level. Avoid conversational pitfalls. Just as important as what to do is what to avoid. Steer clear of interview-style questions about income or background, which can feel intrusive. Resist the urge to show off your knowledge or sound overly academic, as this can be off-putting. Never interrupt, as it demonstrates impatience and a lack of respect. Also, refrain from giving unsolicited advice. Instead, offer empathy and support. Finally, avoid monopolizing the conversation. A good rule of thumb is to limit your talking time to around 5 minutes before passing the conversational ball back to the other person with a relevant question or comment. If a conversation becomes truly tedious or awkward, know when to gracefully disengage rather than letting your boredom show. By mastering these conversational techniques, you become not just a good talker, but a captivating presence that makes others feel valued, understood, and eager to engage with you. 4. Embrace unpredictability and mystery. True charm is rarely blatant or predictable. It thrives on a delicate balance of intrigue and unexpectedness, subtly drawing others into your orbit without them fully realizing why. Cultivate an aura of mystery. People are inherently curious, and a touch of mystery is a powerful catalyst for attraction. Don't reveal everything about yourself at once. Intelligent individuals often maintain certain dark corners of their personality, not out of secrecy, but to keep others guessing and intrigued. Avoid being overly perfect or transparent, as this can quickly become boring. Instead, allow space for idealization, letting others fill in the blanks with their own pleasant imaginings. The goal is to occupy their thoughts, making them wonder about you even when you're not around. Be unpredictable. Surprise is a potent tool. Being consistently unpredictable makes you interesting and keeps others on their toes, preventing monotony from settling in. This could manifest as a sudden shift in mood, from playful to serious, for example, or an unexpected suggestion for an outing. Contradiction and inconsistency in your behavior can also be alluring, as they challenge preconceived notions and keep others engaged in deciphering you. Love, after all, thrives on change and variety. Boredom is its ultimate killer. Harness ambiguity. A core aspect of seductive power lies in ambiguity, the subtle blend of opposing traits. This might mean exhibiting a mix of masculine and feminine qualities, or alternating between insolence and politeness, delicacy and a touch of cruelty. In a world where roles and responsibilities are often rigid, a refusal to conform to a single mold can be incredibly stimulating. This blend sparks fascination and creates a magnetic pull, making you stand out from the crowd. The art of indirectness. Seduction rarely begins with overt, calculated maneuvers. Instead, the most effective attraction is achieved through subtle glances, indirect actions, and an almost imperceptible enchantment. Rather than making grand declarations or selling yourself aggressively, plant ideas gently. A fleeting, meaningful glance, a sudden warmth in your voice, or a casual, seemingly accidental touch can hint at desire without explicitly stating it. These subtle signals bypass logical defenses and seep into a person's subconscious, like a slow-acting potion. Casual remarks about others in their life, especially if they carry a hint of suspicion about their loyalty, can also sow seeds of doubt and make your target feel more vulnerable, creating an opening for you. By embracing unpredictability and mystery, you transform yourself into a captivating enigma, an ever-evolving puzzle that others are eager to solve, and in doing so, they become drawn into your world. 5. Radiate self-worth and autonomy. At the heart of irresistible attraction lies a profound sense of self-worth and independence. This isn't about arrogance, but a quiet confidence rooted in self-understanding and self-acceptance. Embrace your self-worth. Self-worth is the deeply held belief in your own value, stemming from knowing yourself, loving yourself, and accepting who you are, including your unique qualities, skills, interests, and beliefs. This internal state profoundly influences your personal development, success, and overall happiness. To truly attract others, you must first love, respect, and value yourself. This genuine self-appreciation creates a magnetic field that naturally draws in respect and affection from those around you. When you carry yourself with this inherent sense of value, you set the standard for how others should treat you. Project confidence. Confidence is a pivotal factor in attraction. It's manifested not just in what you say, but in your entire demeanor. Maintaining clear, transparent, and sincere eye contact, for instance, immediately communicates self-assurance. A consistently confident posture, straight-backed, open-shouldered, further reinforces this image, signaling control and capability. Most importantly, do not let insecurity dictate your actions. Self-doubt can sabotage even the best-laid plans for connection. Stand tall in who you are, recognizing your inherent worth. Cultivate autonomy and independence. For any relationship, especially a romantic one, to thrive and endure, personal independence is vital. Living an autonomous life means you are self-sufficient, capable of making your own decisions, and have your own distinct life outside of a relationship. Avoid becoming someone's nanny or bodyguard, constantly catering to their needs or opinions. Instead, demonstrate decisiveness in your own views, without fear of displeasing others. Intelligent individuals recognize that their intellect, strength, and independence often command more attention and respect than mere physical appearance or fleeting charisma. Your self-confidence and charm should radiate a fresh, self-possessed quality that ensures you never lose control or identity within a relationship. While it's natural to be supportive, be mindful that constantly sacrificing your time or personal plans for another might not be reciprocated and could subtly diminish your perceived value. True attraction comes from a place of strength, not neediness. Know your value and don't be overly eager. Improving yourself is always beneficial, but do so from a place of genuine self-growth, not desperation to impress. Don't be overly enthusiastic about dating or relationships, allowing things to unfold naturally. When you are comfortable with yourself and your own pace, others will sense and appreciate that calm, grounded energy. This composure, combined with a clear understanding of your self-worth, prevents you from appearing overly eager or easily swayed. Instead, projecting an aura of dignified desirability. Be a natural leader. Beyond personal confidence, cultivate the qualities of a natural leader. This doesn't mean being bossy or dictatorial, but rather being a pioneer, someone who inspires and guides others, embodying a vision and demonstrating initiative. This inherent leadership quality is attractive because it suggests strength, direction, and the ability to navigate challenges, making you a compelling figure to follow. By embodying self-worth and autonomy, you project an authentic, grounded confidence that is inherently magnetic, making you the person others seek out and admire. 6. Harness the power of humor. Humor is a universal connector, a disarming tool that signals intelligence, wit, and comfort in one's own skin. It's not just a bonus. It's a significant attractive quality. Humor as a social lubricant. A good sense of humor is a definite advantage in attraction. It allows you to lighten the mood, create shared moments of joy, and make interactions memorable. People are naturally drawn to those who can make them laugh and feel good. It's a sign that you don't take yourself too seriously and can find lightness even in mundane situations. Self-deprecating humor, one of the most effective forms of humor, especially if you don't consider yourself naturally witty, is the ability to laugh at yourself. Self-deprecating humor instantly makes you more approachable and less intimidating. It shows humility and a healthy perspective, signaling that you're comfortable with your imperfections and aren't afraid to show them. When you can gently poke fun at your own quirks or minor mishaps, it disarms others and makes them feel more at ease around you. This kind of humor builds immediate rapport, as it creates a shared moment of vulnerability and authenticity. It's often a sign of high emotional intelligence, demonstrating that you're secure enough to be less than perfect and still find joy in it. Subtle wit and playfulness. Humor doesn't always need to be overt jokes. It can be a subtle wit, a playful teasing, or a clever observation that brings a smile. The goal is to create a positive emotional experience for the other person, making them associate you with fun and enjoyment. This aligns with the idea that seducers are dispensers of pleasure. When you are lighthearted and enjoyable to be around, you become a source of positive emotion that people will naturally seek out. Accepting others' humor and imperfections, while wielding your own humor, also be receptive to others. A genuine sign of attraction is when someone accepts even your bland jokes. This isn't about having a stand-up comedy routine. It's about creating an atmosphere where genuine connection can flourish. Being able to find the fun in everyday interactions and respond positively to attempts at humor, even if not perfectly executed, shows generosity of spirit and an openness that is highly attractive. By strategically incorporating humor, particularly self-deprecating and subtle wit. You make yourself a delightful and approachable presence, creating memorable interactions that leave others wanting more. Point 7. Strategic vulnerability and empathy. To truly captivate, you must tap into the emotional core of others, demonstrating genuine understanding while strategically revealing glimpses of your own authentic self. This creates a deep, almost hypnotic bond. The power of empathy. Highly intelligent individuals possess a remarkable capacity for empathy. They don't just hear words. They read the subtle nonverbal cues, gestures, eye movements, posture, and facial expressions to decipher underlying emotions. This keen sensitivity allows them to understand unspoken feelings, empathize deeply, and respond with remarkable skill, making others feel profoundly understood and respected. Their empathic body language, such as an attentive gaze, a gentle smile, or even subtle comforting gestures like stroking their hair or hand when appropriate, conveys care and understanding. When you make someone feel truly seen and heard, you create a powerful emotional connection. People crave to be understood, and when you fulfill this need, you become an indispensable presence in their lives, making them the star. Key seductive strategy is to personalize your attention and make the other person feel uniquely important. This involves flattering their insecurities and highlighting their positive qualities that others might overlook. By making them the star of the show, you affirm their value and create a sense of dependence. Even seemingly self-sacrificing gestures, if used artfully, can demonstrate your shared experience of their pain and deepen their connection to you. Remember, people never tire of feeling valued and affirmed. Strategic vulnerability. While projecting confidence is crucial, a carefully timed display of vulnerability can be incredibly alluring. This isn't about being weak or needy, but about revealing a genuine, often softer, side of yourself that humanizes you and disarms others. This fragility, with intent, can cleverly mask your true motives, making you appear more endearing and less calculated. For instance, showing that you are deeply in love, even if the emotion is amplified, can make your actions seem less manipulative and more authentic, further drawing them in. Addressing their inner void, no one feels completely whole or satisfied. Everyone harbors a sense of emptiness or an unfulfilled desire. A master of attraction identifies this gap and positions themselves as the one who can fill it. This often means recognizing their unspoken longings for adventure, romance, or simply being understood. By mirroring what they perceive as missing in their lives and showing that you can provide it, you tap into a powerful, almost unconscious desire. This requires deep observation and intuition, allowing you to connect with their ideal self, the person they wish they were, or the experiences they yearn for. The more you align with this ideal, the more they will idealize you, and the more dependent they will become. By combining genuine empathy with strategic vulnerability, you create an intimate, magnetic connection that makes others feel uniquely understood and cherished, forging a bond that goes beyond superficial attraction. 8. Create a desired reality through idealization and experience. People are inherently drawn to the extraordinary, to experiences that transcend their mundane reality and fulfill their deepest, often unacknowledged desires. To truly captivate, you must become the architect of this desired reality, become the ideal lover. In a practical and often cynical world, there's an infinite wellspring of seductive energy in being an ideal lover. Everyone, from a young age, dreams of romance, adventure, or a profound telepathic connection, dreams that often fade with the harshness of reality. The ideal lover reflects these shattered illusions, embodying the very fantasies that reside in their imagination. You become the artist who crafts this illusion, idealizing their self-image and fulfilling their unspoken yearning for something grander. When you offer adventure and romance, you become irresistible. People long to be led beyond their limits, to escape their daily routine and stubbornness. and to be overwhelmed by a new experience. Offer new and evocative experiences. The biggest risk in any connection is falling into a pattern of routine and boredom. To combat this, you must consistently introduce novelty and maintain a sense of intrigue. This could involve leading them to new and exotic places, presenting a captivating narrative, or simply adding vibrant colors and striking scenes to your shared experiences. The key is constant change and keeping them guessing about new facets of your personality. The more you immerse them in your unique world, the more captivated and emotionally susceptible they become. Promise of pleasure and escape. Seducers are, at their core, dispensers of pleasure. People constantly crave joy, a feeling that friends or current partners often cannot fully provide, nor can they consistently create it for themselves. When you enter their lives and offer an intoxicating blend of adventure and romance, you become an irresistible force. Pleasure, in this context, is the sensation of being taken beyond one's ordinary boundaries, of being enveloped by a different person, a different experience. Everyone yearns for this feeling of being overwhelmed, of escaping their usual stubbornness. Sometimes their resistance is merely a subtle invitation. Seduce me. The more sensitive you are to pleasure yourself, the easier it becomes to infect others with that joy. Blurring the lines between desire and reality. To effectively control someone, you must gently ease their minds and awaken their dormant senses through unguarded and physically enticing behavior. The ultimate seduction lies in creating the illusion that, through you, they can live the life they have always dreamed of. Begin subtly, gaining their trust and gradually weaving fantasies that resonate with their deepest desires. Target their hidden repressed longings, stirring uncontrollable emotions that cloud their rational judgment. A perfect illusion is one that isn't too far removed from reality, yet possesses a touch of the unreal, like a waking dream. Lead your target into such a state of confusion that they can no longer distinguish between what is real and what is fantasy. By becoming the curator of their idealized reality and consistently offering novel, pleasurable experiences, you create a captivating world that they will eagerly enter and become dependent upon. 9. The art of the chase. Give space and create demand. True attraction isn't about constant pursuit, but about subtly positioning yourself as a prize to be won, creating a dynamic where the other person feels compelled to chase you. Make them come to you. The initial step in any powerful attraction is simple. Make the other person come to you. If in the early stages you can make your target believe they are the one initiating the approach, you've already won a significant part of the game. This avoids resentment, stubborn resistance, or suspicion about your motives. To make them come to you, you must provide space. This can be achieved by consistently appearing on the periphery of their existence, allowing them to notice you in various settings without you ever directly approaching them. This catches their attention, and if they are interested, they will cross the bridge to you. The power of desire and competition. The triangle. Few are attracted to those who are ignored or overlooked. People are drawn to those who are desired. Humans naturally want what others want. To draw your target closer and make them crave you, you must create a fleeting sense of being desired, that you are sought after and pursued by many. They will then pursue the illusion of being the chosen one, the one who has won you over a crowd of admirers. Cultivate a reputation for being desired by surrounding yourself with others of the opposite sex, friends, former lovers, or even current admirers. This triangle dynamic ignites competition and elevates your perceived value. If many are falling at your feet, there must be a reason. This desire is a blend of imitation. We like what others like, and competition. We want what others possess. Just as children compete for parental attention, this competitive instinct permeates adult desires. Making others vie for your attention and making them see you as a sought-after individual creates an aura of desirability around you. Strategic absence. Crucial moments often occur when your target is alone and thinking about you. Constant presence and familiarity can diminish attraction. Therefore, cultivate an elusive, hard-to-grasp quality so that when you are absent, they long to see you again and idealize you in their thoughts. Alternate between engaging presence and cool detachment. After calculated absences, re-emerge with heightened enthusiasm. Associate your image with poetic concepts or objects so that when they think of you, they see you through an idealized halo. The more you occupy their minds, the more they will envelop you in tempting fantasies. Feed these fantasies with contradiction and inconsistency in your behavior. Overfamiliarity kills charm. If they know everything about you, the relationship might achieve a certain comfort, but it will lose its dreamy, anxious element. Without anxiety and a touch of fear, the stimulating tension vanishes. Reality, after all, is not seductive. Maintain a veil of mystery to avoid becoming boring. Don't be too eager or nice. Avoid appearing overly eager or desperate for a relationship. Be patient and comfortable with the natural progression of things. When you are relaxed and unburdened by expectations, your comfort will naturally extend to them. Similarly, avoid being a nice guy who is merely pretending to be good to gain favor. Women are drawn to a bit of unpredictability and excitement, not constant placating. Authenticity is key. Don't try to be someone you're not. Respect their desires and gracefully accept rejection, as pursuing someone who has already said no is unattractive and disrespectful. By mastering the art of the chase, you transform the dynamic from pursuit to allure, making yourself an object of desire that others are compelled to pursue. 10. Dress with intent and uniqueness, while not the sole determinant. Your appearance and how you present yourself are powerful initial signals that can significantly enhance your attractiveness and intrigue. It's about intentionality and distinction. Appearance as a composite of attraction. Attraction is a multifaceted phenomenon, and while physical appearance is a component, it's far from the only one. However, it serves as an immediate visual statement. The goal isn't necessarily to be conventionally beautiful in every feature, but to create a compelling overall impression that intrigues and captivates. This overall aesthetic can be far more powerful than individual perfect features. Dress with uniqueness and fashion sense. The simplest way to create distinction and catch attention is through your dressing style. Invest in clothing that is both fashionable and uniquely identifiable to you. This approach not only attracts the gaze of women, but also enhances your appeal to everyone you encounter. Be subtle and sophisticated in your sartorial choices. If you've been accustomed to dressing sloppily, it's time for an immediate mindset shift. Your attire communicates your self-respect and your approach to life. Sensory allure beyond just looks. The most potent form of physical enticement isn't just visual beauty. It's a diffused sensory allure. This includes things like your scent, the overall feminine or masculine, depending on context, aura you project through careful grooming, artful adornment, or exquisite clothing. These elements are captivating precisely because they don't explicitly say anything, but rather create an intoxicating atmosphere. They can bypass rationality and leave a person feeling utterly mesmerized, like a creature caught in a snare, or a bull mesmerized by a waving red cloak. The distinctive appearance of a siren, for example, is often mistaken for mere external beauty, particularly the face. However, a siren isn't necessarily beautiful in the traditional sense. Their face might even appear cool and distant. While a charming smile or a seductive gaze are undeniably powerful, they should not overshadow your overall presentation. They are too obvious and direct. The true power lies in evoking a generalized longing, and this is best achieved by creating a holistic impression that leaves others feeling confused and enchanted. It's not about one standout feature, but a harmonious combination of many subtle qualities by dressing with intent and cultivating a unique, multi-sensory presence. You signal your distinctiveness and self-awareness, making your physical presence as captivating as your personality. 11. The allure of the forbiddens and transgressive in nature is perversely drawn to what is forbidden, to stepping outside the boundaries of convention. To create an irresistible pull, you can strategically offer a glimpse into a world where rules are bent and hidden desires can be explored. Tapping into the darker self. As we grow up, society often pressures us to suppress our naughty, rebellious, or bad traits. This leads to a buried part of our soul, hidden beneath a polite exterior. To become truly seductive, offer others a chance to explore these darker, suppressed aspects of their personality when they are with you, far from societal judgment. This could involve hinting at experiences that push beyond accepted behavior, or inviting them into conversations that delve into taboo subjects. When you provide a space where they can momentarily shed their polite facade and embrace their hidden self, you create a powerful and profound temptation, creating and breaking boundaries. In a world that often strives for openness and freedom, the thrill of seduction lies in the breaking of perceived limits and the indulgence in what feels forbidden or sinful. Every religion and value system creates a dark side, a shadowy world of everything it forbids. You can entice your target by alluring them with anything that exists outside the conventional, often superficial, values of their family or society. While contemporary society may seem to be dismantling many personal behavioral restrictions, making seduction harder and less exciting, true seducers actively seek out and re-establish these boundaries, even if only psychologically or imaginatively. There will always be limits, outdated traditions, and behavioral norms, endless sources from which to stir up desires for transgression and the forbiddens. The dance of pleasure and pain. A master of attraction understands that profound pleasure is often amplified by a touch of pain or anxiety. This isn't about cruelty, but about creating a dynamic tension that makes the release of pleasure all the more intense. By deliberately causing a slight hurt or stirring feelings of jealousy and insecurity, you can then affirm their self-worth, doubling their joy. This strategy of alternating hard and soft approaches, creating tension, and then relieving it, keeps the target in a state of heightened emotion, preventing boredom and deepening their attachment. People often crave the intensity of negative emotions as it makes them feel alive and valued. Therefore, be bold in creating this tension, as the subsequent release of pleasure will bind them to you more tightly. Boredom is the greatest enemy of love. A little turmoil, jealousy, or even argument, followed by reconciliation, serves to nourish and intensify affection. When subtly hurt, people will cling to you more, making your power over them undeniable. By appealing to the thrill of the forbiddens and expertly navigating the interplay of pleasure and pain, you tap into deep, primal desires, creating an irresistible draw that goes beyond surface attraction. In the end, becoming truly irresistible to women isn't about following a rigid script or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about cultivating a deep understanding of human psychology, mastering your own presence, and offering unique, fulfilling experiences. By embracing confidence, intellectual curiosity, empathetic connection, and a touch of captivating mystery, you transform yourself into a magnetic force. Remember, your most powerful asset is your authentic self, expressed through these subtle, yet profound techniques. Don't chase. Instead, become the fascinating destination that women eagerly seek out, drawn by the irresistible aura you radiate. Your journey to magnetic attraction begins now, by embodying these secrets and allowing your true, compelling self to emerge.